deal with, or we're going to look at today, compass correction, which is part of the navigation exam, and it'll be one of those questions where it says you've got a track of something like 270 and there's a certain degree of drift. What is the required magnetic heading, or something like that? So we're going to break that down into a couple of simple rules, a couple of simple acronyms that makes it nice and straightforward to calculate the answer to the question. Firstly though, let's identify the difference between heading and track, because often this can be a source of confusion for people. The heading is pretty straightforward, it's just wherever the aircraft nose is pointing. So to draw the heading on here, all I've got to do is extend this line like that, and wherever that points, that's the heading. So even if you don't know what that number is, what degree the heading is pointing to, you can always draw it on. You'll also be given a drift, left or right. This is a right drift, and the resolution of those two vectors gives us the track. So you can quite clearly see here that you're always blown from the heading to the track. If you've got any two of those vectors on there, you can resolve for the final one. So even if we were just given a track and a drift, you draw them on and you've got your heading. The first acronym is CDMVT. Easily remembered as Cadbury's Dairy Milk is very tasty. C for compass, D for deviation, M for magnetic, V for variation, and T for true. There are some simple rules to apply in order to make this work. If we're going from left to right, we subtract, and if we're going from right to left, we add. Easy way to remember this: right is minus, so they both have the same number of characters, 5. And left is plus, once again they've both got the same number of characters, 4. Anything westerly is positive, anything anything easterly is negative. You remember that because you've got 3 minus signs in E for east. The other thing is HDT, controversially remembered by saying helicopters don't take off. Heading, drift, track. Applying the same rules as above, right is minus, up here, left is plus, just here. The only difference is now you'll be given a drift as a number of degrees left or a number of degrees right. If it's left, it's positive, because a plus symbol is just 2 L's back to back. If it's right, well, it's the other one, which is minus. You may be given this question then. You've got a track of 180 degrees. You're given a drift, which is 6 degrees left. A variation of 1 degree west, and a deviation also of 1 degree west. You're asked to calculate the compass heading. Notice you start with a track, but you're asked to calculate a heading. You can always think of a track and a heading as 2 different units that aren't actually compatible. You've got to convert from one to the other, and that conversion is achieved using drift. That can be done either before you do CDMVT or after it. I'm going to go and do it before. So we're given a track of 180. 180 is going to go here. Drift is 6 degrees left. Left we know is plus, so that's just plus 6. 180, we're going left. Left is plus. 180 plus plus 6. Well, that's just 186. That's now our heading. It's not specified that this track is true, but it can be assumed, because unless otherwise specified, a track is true. A track is measured from the chart, and it's measured from the chart in relation to the grid lines, which themselves point to true north. So we're taking this 186 from down here and putting it under our T for true in CDMVT. There we go. V for variation, we're told that's 1 degree west. West we know is positive, so that's just plus 1. Left is plus, so it's 186 plus plus 1, 187. D for deviation now, also 1 west. West is plus, so that's plus 1. We're going to the left, left is plus, 187 plus plus 1, 188. 188 is now our compass heading that we've just resolved from those details there. So the answer to the question would be 188. Using these acronyms and these rules, you can calculate and solve for any of those letters you've got there, be it a drift, or a variation, or a deviation, or a true, or a track, or anything. All you've got to do is plug in the right figures in the right places and apply that set of rules.